Hello students, on continuing the chapter Atomic Structure, today we are going to know about discovery of nucleus, Rutherford observations, Bohr's atomic model and so on. So first I will discuss about discovery of nucleus. In an attempt to learn more about how positive and negative charges are distributed, Ernest Rutherford performed numerous experiments, means gold foil experiment, in which alpha particles are emitted from a radioactive element such as polonium were allowed to strike thin sheet of metal such as gold. See, this is the structure of this experiment. He selected gold foil because he wanted as thin a layer as possible, and gold is the most malleable metal. It was already known that alpha particles carried a positive charge and travel rapidly through gases in straight line. A beam of alpha particles was obtained by placing radioactive sample in a lead box. See, this is lead box and here radioactive elements are placed, and letting the alpha particles come out of a pinhole in the lead box. This beam of alpha particles was directed against this thin gold foil. A circular skin coated with zinc sulfide was placed on the other side of the foil, and Rutherford observed that most of the alpha particles passed straight through the foil without any deflection from their path and hit here. This means most of the alpha particles, 99% alpha particles hit here. This means a lot of space was empty in the atom, as 99% alpha particles 99% alpha particle passed straight through any deflection. He also observed many alpha particles were deflected at very large angles. Since the mass of alpha particles is about 8,000 times that of an electron, it was evident that the force which causes such large deflection was also strong. A small fraction of alpha particles were deflected from their path at small angle. He thought that as some of the alpha particles got deflected, therefore there must be something massive and positively charged present in the atom, because it was already known that alpha particles are positively charged, and we know same charges repulse each other, and the alpha particles which got deflected is very small. Therefore he concluded that the whole positive charge in the atom is concentrated in a very small space. Some particles were deflected back, that is, came almost straight back towards the source as a result of their direct collision with the heavy mass. Now see Rutherford's observation. Most of the alpha particles passed straight through the foil without any deflection from their path. Number 2, many alpha particles were deflected at very large angles. Number 3. A small fraction of the particles were deflected from their path at small angles. Number 4. Some particles were reflected back. Now, Rutherford's atomic model. First one, most of the mass of an atom was concentrated in the center of the atom, called the nucleus. The number 2, the nucleus is the densest part of an atom and contains positively charged particles, the proton. Number 3, the size of the nucleus is extremely small as compared to the size of the atom as a whole, as there is a lot of empty space around the nucleus. An atom is electrically neutral, that is, the number of electrons is equal to the number of protons. Electrons revolve in circular orbit available around the nucleus. The force of attraction between the negatively charged electrons and the positively charged nucleus is counterbalanced by centrifugal force acquired by the revolving electrons. Now, see the Rutherford model. In the center, there is nucleus. Nucleus contains proton. Proton is positively charged, and around the nucleus, electron revolves in circular orbit. This is Rutherford model of an atom, was somewhat like that of the solar system. That time, neutron was not discovered, but there is some drawback in Rutherford's atomic model. Rutherford atomic model failed to explain about the stability of electron in the circular path. As per Rutherford model, electron revolves around the nucleus in a circular path at a very high speed. However, Maxwell explained accelerated charged particles release electromagnetic radiations. Therefore, electrons revolving around the nucleus will release electromagnetic radiation. The electromagnetic radiation will have energy from the electronic motion, as a result of which the orbits will gradually sink. Finally, the orbit will sink and collapse in the nucleus of an atom. But this does not happen. Rutherford theory was unable to explain this. So, this is one of the major drawback of Rutherford. He does not explain the stability of atom. Now, in 1913, Niels Bohr proposed a modified version of Rutherford atomic model. See the Rutherford atomic model. Number 1, the electrons revolving around the nucleus are confined to certain fixed orbit called cells or energy levels, each of which is associated with a fixed amount of energy. While it is revolving around the nucleus in an orbit, an electron neither loses nor gains energy. And number 3, an electron revolving in a particular orbit on gaining a certain amount of energy jumps to the next orbit and vice versa. Since each orbit is associated with a fixed amount of energy, Rutherford called it an energy level. For convenience, these energy levels are labeled K, L, M, N or 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. The orbit closest to the nucleus is the K cell. It has the least amount of energy, and so on with the successive cells and their electrons. Now I will discuss about discovery of neutrons, means how neutron is discovered. By the time Rutherford gave his model of atom, it was found that the mass of an atom was entirely concentrated within the nucleus in the form of protons, since electron had negligible mass. Rutherford and his student were able to measure the positive charge on the nucleus or the number of protons in the nucleus. However, when they calculated the nuclear mass based on this number of protons, the value always fell short that of actual mass. See the example. An atom of helium contains 2 protons, and that of atomic mass of electron is negligible. Therefore, mass of helium equals to 2 into 1 AMU. Mass of one proton equals to 1 AMU. So mass of helium equals to 2 AMU. But the actual atomic mass of helium is 4 AMU. Thus, an atom of helium should be twice as heavy as an atom of hydrogen, as mass of hydrogen equals to 1 AMU, equals to the mass of one proton, but actually it is 4 times heavier than an atom of hydrogen. Similar descriptions were also found in other elements. To solve this problem, Rutherford proposed the existence of neutral particles in the nuclei of atoms. Means it was realized that another subatomic particle should be present in the nucleus that have mass but no electrical charge. But he could not prove it experimentally. In 1932, Chadwick discovered these particles by bombarding light nuclei like beryllium and boron with alpha particles, that is helium nuclei. These particles are found to be neutral, so called neutron. Now see this calculation. This calculation proves that nucleus of an element consists proton and neutrons. Helium, atomic number 2, mass 4. Alpha particle means helium alpha particles. Helium alpha particles, charge equals to +2. Mass equals to 4 AMU plus beryllium, atomic number 4, mass 9. The beryllium atom, atomic number equals to 4, mass number 9, equals carbon 12, mass 12 and 6, atomic number 6, plus neutron 0 and 1. Neutron charge equals to 0 and mass 1 U. See another example. Helium 2, 4 alpha particles charge equals to +2, mass equals to 4 AMU, plus boron, atomic number 5, mass boron atom, atomic number equals to 5, mass 11 AMU. equals nitrogen 7 and 14. This means nitrogen atom, atomic number equals to 7, mass equals to 14 AMU, plus nitrogen 0 and 1. So, neutron 0 and 1, charge 0, mass 1U. This means, see this calculation, helium and beryllium 2 and 4, 6, carbon 6, 9 and 4, 13, 12 plus 1, 13. This means neutrons are used to transmutation of element. Transmutation means conversion one pieces to another. See the first, here first neutron eject or throw out alpha particles from a carbon nuclei, leading to the formation of beryllium nucleus. And see here, 2 and 5, 7 helium for helium 2 and for boron 5, and nitrogen 7, 2 plus 5, 7, and 4 and 11, 15. So here 14 and 1, 15. So here first neutron eject alpha particles from a nitrogen nucleus. See, first neutron eject alpha particles from nitrogen nucleus, leading to the formation of boron nucleus. So, neutrons are used for the transmutation of element, and protons and neutrons collectively known as nucleons. Now, see the properties of neutron. Neutrons is integral part of an atom and is present inside the nucleus. Number 2, it is the same size as that of a proton. Number 3, it is electrically neutral, that is, it has no charge. Number 4, the mass of a neutron is slightly more than that of a proton. The mass of a neutron is 1.676 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram, and that of a proton is 1.672 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. Now I will discuss about modern concept of atom. According to the modern concept of atom, an atom consists of 3 subatomic particles: electrons, protons and neutrons. There are 2 structural parts of an atom, the nucleus and the extranuclear region or the empty space that surround the nucleus. Number 3, the nucleus is positively charged central part of the atom. It contains the protons and neutrons. The protons and neutrons are held tightly in the nucleus by strong nuclear forces. The positive charge of nucleus is due to the protons present in it. The neutrons have no charge. The entire mass of the atom is concentrated in the nucleus, since electrons have negligible mass. The extranuclear region of an atom consists of electrons which revolves around the nucleus in definite orbit or cell. Each orbit has a fixed energy level. The energy increases as you go away from the nucleus. The electrons experience an outward pull or centrifugal force due to their circular motion. This outward pull is counterbalanced by inward attraction between these electrons and the protons present inside the nucleus. Number 5, an atom is electrically neutral as it contains equal number of electrons and protons. Now, see the structure of an atom according to the modern concept. This is nucleus present in the center of an atom, and it contains protons and neutrons. Protons have positive charge and neutrons have no charge. Protons and neutrons collectively known as nucleons. These are orbit or cell. First cell is known as K cell. It has least amount of energy. And then L cell. And in K cell there is maximum 2 electrons. Then L cell and N cell, and so on. The electrons present in the K cell is known as K electrons. These are electrons revolved around the, these are electrons revolved around the nucleus in this orbit. Electron has negative charge. The electromagnetic force of attraction between negative electron and positive proton. See this, positive proton and negative electron, there is electrostatic force of attraction. Keeps the electron in the area surrounding the nucleus, and the electromagnetic force of repulsion between positive protons in the nucleus is overcome by strong nuclear force between proton and neutron. This is the modern structure of an atom. This is for today. Thank you.